A very good morning, children. Let us see about Bohr's model of hydrogen atom and its limitations. So, coming to the Bohr's model of hydrogen atom, uh, actually Niels Bohr proposed that electrons are revolving around the nucleus and occupies certain energy levels or stationary orbits. Those are also called as stationary orbits or fixed energy orbits. So, from some certain distances from the nucleus. Here, fixed energy levels. So, electrons revolving around the nucleus and they are taking place transition from lower energy level to higher energy level. Lower energy level to higher energy level. Lower energy level here called as ground state and higher energy level is excited state. The lowest and the highest energy levels are called as ground state and excited state. So while the electron taking place transition from the lower energy level to higher energy level, the electron absorbs energy, and while coming to the transition from higher energy level to lower energy level, it emits energy. Understand, children? Higher energy to lower energy, lower energy, ground state, higher energy, excited state. And fixed energy levels. Levels of certain E1, E2. Previous class I explained about this E. E is equals to h mu. So this is the Planck's equation. From that I am taking certain quantized. Here in textbook they mentioned quantized. Quantized. So meaning of quantized means the quantity fixed to certain value. So that is the quantized energy levels. E1, E2, E3 are the certain energy values which are allocated to the individual states. That may be ground state, lower energy level, higher energy level, and in between also some energy levels like that. So electrons are revolving around the nucleus in certain orbits of different energies. So here this is n is equals to 1, n is equals to 2, n is equals to 3, n is equals to 4, like that. So here K, L, M, N subshells. Shells, not subshells. K, L, M, N, like that. So here while the electron transition takes place from lower energy level, this is the ground state, and this one is the excited state. So excited state, higher energy level. So while the electron transition from lower to higher energy level absorbs energy. Electron transition from higher to lower, it loses some energy or else emits energy. So that's emission of energy means here from alpha particle scattering we can observe that some energy will releases like light energy, electromagnetic energy. So that energy, electromagnetic magnetic energy. Energy will released by certain electron. While transition taking place, it will loses some energy. That energy is in the form of electromagnetic energy. So due to that, when the wavelength is in the visible region, it is visible as an emission line. So while the wavelength is in the visible region, that is emission line. So like that, the line spectra formed in the case of hydrogen atom. So here we will get one doubt. So hydrogen is having single electron. Here see children, the energy values E1, E2 are fixed like this: E1, E2, E3, E4, like that. So the lower energy level is fixed to certain energy. Quantized energy levels means that only fixed to certain values. So that is the concept. Next, hydrogen is having single electron. So for that single electron, how can we understand? It is explained by clearly Bohr's model of hydrogen atom, and it is also having some limitations. He explained about hydrogen spectra lines. But he failed to explain splitting of spectra, line spectra again. So he failed to explain. So what is the difference here, teacher? Why we need this understanding all? He explained about hydrogen spectral lines. It's clear. But he failed to explain splitting of line spectra. What is this? Yes. Yesterday's class, He explained about hydrogen spectral lines. I explained about diffraction of light. That means bending of light rays. That is diffraction. He explained about this bending of light and formation of spectra lines. And interference, I told, interference of light. So he failed to explain this. So interference of light means convergence. In light lesson we have discussed convergence of light rays. So in that manner he explained to flame splitting of that spectral lines again and form interference of light. So in that manner he failed. So next, Bohr-Sommerfeld model of an atom explained that one. So we will see that also. So, see children, here emission lines formed by single electron. How it is possible? So Bohr's model having that defect. So Bohr's model of hydrogen atom explained about that emission lines are spectral lines formed by hydrogen atom with single electron. So that I would like to explain you now. So hydrogen atom is having atomic number 1. That means number of electrons or number of protons is equals to 1. So coming to the hydrogen, it is having atomic number 1. That is number of protons is equals to number of electrons is equals to 1. So that means coming to the hydrogen atom, we have only single electron. So that single electron should revolve around the nucleus in different orbits. How it is possible? So here with single electron also it is possible. See here, n is equals to 1, n is equals to 2, n is equals to 3 and n is equals to 4. K shell, L, M, N shells, and E1, E2, E3, E4 energy levels and more also there. So while coming to this, the different energy levels, while the electron moving from first energy level to higher energy levels like this. So this is called as Lyman series. Lyman series. So in this way, the electron transition from lower energy level to higher energy level. It will absorbs energy and emits back energy while transition from higher to lower back. So in this manner, this is Lyman series, and coming to the second energy level to higher energy level, that is Balmer series. So Balmer series. Next, third energy level to higher energy levels, Paschen series, and more also there. So fourth level to higher levels, that is Bracket series, like this, like that. And last one is Fund series. So in this manner we have different series, but among these only Balmer series in the visible spectrum. Balmer series is in the visible spectrum. That means that is the electron transition from second energy level from the nucleus will gives emission of spectral lines in the visible region. So that's why we can see visible region only. That's why we can see spectral lines in that region only. So in this manner he explained about the line spectra. But cleared. But here fine spectra is not cleared. So different wavelengths of the lines of different wavelengths will release different lines separately. Line spectra separately forms. So that means different lines formed. Here in textbook he has explained like this. In this manner different wavelengths will show different line spectra. but he doesn't explain about interference of these lines and forms splitting of line spectra. Fine spectra means splitting of line spectra, individual lines, how they will, individual wavelengths, how they will split. It doesn't explain. So individual lines, how they will split, that is fine spectrum. So those were explained by Bose-Sommerfeld model. Bose-Sommerfeld model. Sommerfeld model. Model of an atom. So in this he explained fine spectra clearly. So by adding elliptical orbits, he has taken elliptical orbits he has taken. So for around the nucleus L is equals to 0, and coming to the next series, so here he added one elliptical orbit like this, L is equals to 1. For L is equals to 1, he add one elliptical orbit, and for second orbit he added one elliptical orbit, and for third he added two electrical orbits like this, and here L is equals to 0, L is equals to 1, and L is equals to, and for fourth he added 3 like that. So for third he added 2, and for fourth he added 3 electrical orbits like this. So he added like this, in this manner, L is equals to 0, L is equals to 1, L is equals to 2, L is equals to 3, like that he added elliptical orbits. So in that manner he explained why we need this elliptical orbits, teacher. If you want to ask, means you can ask. He was guided by the fact in general. In general means here he explained periodic motion under the influence of central force. I explained previously central force, and interference he explained. So centrifugal and centripetal forces. Centripetal forces I explained. So according to that central force, how the central force will forms means here each and every elliptical orbit having principal focus. So what is the principal focus? I explained in the case of light lesson. In the light lesson I explained. So what is the principal axis? On the axis all rays are convergent at that point. Convergent at a point. That point is called as principal focus. So at that principal focus, that is, the nucleus is any one of the principal focus. So that means here we can get the clear point. So the central force, nucleus means the central force. Central force is on the principal focus of any one of the orbits, elliptical orbits. So in this manner he explained convergence of light rays. That means splitting of light rays. This is also fine spectra we can call. So in this manner generally explained, but it does not explain, does not provide any satisfaction for atomic structure in general. Fail to explain atomic atomic structure, atomic spectra of atom, more than one electron also. For single electron only he explained this type of elliptical orbits. For coming to the more than one electron, he doesn't explain. He failed to explain with more than one electron. With single electron only he explained. So in that manner he failed to explain with more than one electron. For only hydrogen atom it is suitable. So this is the drawback of Bohr-Sommerfeld model of an atom. Thank you children.